One of the names synonymous with Philippine boxing before Manny Pacquiao was the legend Gabriel "Flash" Elorde. Perhaps the biggest name may have been Pancho, but Flash Elorde was also an iconic name of the Philippines' boxing history. Elorde, as you see in the southpaw stance here, possessed a style almost defined entirely by his southpaw stance. Now, what do I mean by that? It is said by many boxing analysts that gyms in the Philippines taught their fighters to fight with their dominant hand forward, so all right-handed fighters mainly fought out of the southpaw stance. The speculation behind this was that early boxing in the Philippines was adapted from skills used in eskrima and from knife fighting. If you're fighting with a knife, you'd most likely hold it with your dominant hand. However, this doesn't fully explain why this translates to the dominant hand forward philosophy. If you were to attack someone with a knife, you might hold the knife in your rear hand and use your empty hand to grab control of your victim so that you could attack with the knife. However, if both of you have a knife, you'd probably fight with the knife in your lead hand and attack with it directly. These analysts believe early Filipino boxers tried to translate these weapon fighting skills over to boxing. And while I don't have proof of this, nor do I have proof that Flash Elorde was right-handed, it does make some sense when you actually watch his style in action. Elorde's offense relied on lateral movement to create dominant angles. He understood that distance was the first line of defense, and you won't get hit if you're not there to be hit, since trying to stand and defend an attack from someone with a weapon would certainly result in your death, and this concept is useful in boxing to this day. Here we see Elorde step back from the probing jab. He's going to step back from the attack and is going to step forward to launch his counter attack. And then notice how as he attacks, he exits out at an angle to make sure he's defensively responsible. And here, once again, you're going to see him step back and counter beautifully as his opponent comes in. Counters him with a big check right hook as it's coming in. And then here we see him step back from the attack, and once he's on the ropes, you see him roll under and pivot under the follow-up attack to reverse the positions. Very beautiful boxing. You see he knows to smother his opponents as well. You see how when he misses this big left hand, he doesn't just stand there and let his opponents capitalize on the mistake. He smothers his opponent and takes control of him so that he can't possibly get hit with a counter. And while these skills made Flash Elorde a legend, he was far from a complete boxer by today's standards. Unironically, we see the evolution of this style in Manny Pacquiao, where just like Elorde, Pacquiao's game as a southpaw is focused on angular in and out movement to put himself in a dominant position to attack. But unlike Elorde, Pacquiao takes it to the next level and utilizes feints to get his opponents to put themselves in a disadvantageous position. Flash Elorde's legendary career paved the way for future fighters from the Philippines, including the likes of the great Manny Pacquiao.